I got chills, they're multiplying. Must mean it's the ninth episode. No, fuck you. 8th episode of the Fonzy and Company podcast. Hello and welcome back. It's a lovely day. What am I doing inside? Oh, fuck. Yeah, welcome back to the Fonzy and Ponzi. Fucking hell, I did it again. I did that last episode. I'm getting tongue twisted on the fucking intro. Again, I could start it, but I ain't gonna. Fuck. Yeah, what's going on? Man, it's I don't know if it's just me in Bristol, you guys who live in Bristol. The fucking place smells like shit. Like, it smells really fucking bad. Like, everywhere you go, like, guffing a lift. You know when, someone fucking guffs in a lift and you're just like, you don't want to mention anything. You know someone has, but, you just gotta... and you're just like, all right, I'm not going to say anything. But, like, imagine that, but just, like, the 40-minute walk into town the whole fucking way. I don't know what. It's nothing to do with music, nothing to do with the band. I just had to mention it. It's fucking gross. I'm not saying it's not a coincidence, but, I mean, the students are back this week. I'm not saying this is the students' fault. I'm just saying... weird timing, students come back and the fucking city smells of shit. I don't know. It's not like a BO, like it's like literal poop. I don't like it. I'm trying to get, back and forth into town. I don't hate students, but I got this whole like conversation, going on, I'm just behind this group who won't fucking move out of the way, like moving at the, the speeds of, a turtle on crutches, and I'm trying to get past. And I can't exactly get a glimpse of the conversation, but all I heard, the only two words I heard, I swear to God this is true, the only two words I heard were fucking yacht and mummy. Now, in any context, it doesn't look great. That is, I never really kind of understood where the whole white privilege thing comes from. But, when I hear a conversation like that, I kind of get where it comes from. I kind of understand why, most of the community are pissed off at the white folk, and that kind of makes sense to me now. Fucking, mummy, yacht, money, please. Yeah, but, oh man, it's, students are back, so extra busy at work. I got this kids at work who I've hired relatively recently. For those of you who don't know, I run a restaurant. Yep, that is my, my little money tree to fund being in a really shitty hobby called being in a band, because we don't make any fucking money. You fucking kidding me? Actually, to be fair, most of the bands, even like more successful than us, don't make any fucking money. So, that's what I do to fund this. And I got this kid at work who, he's been with us about three weeks to a month now, and they had a staff night out. I didn't go. I think it's just messy. You're with these people all the fucking time, and someone does something stupid. Someone tries to hit on someone. Someone drinks too much. That's what happens. This kid apparently drank way too much. But before he did that, he mentioned to my assistant manager that he doesn't like working on the front of the house with us. And the assistant manager says, why? Is everything okay? Are we treating you right? Say, yeah, you guys are great. Yeah, like, it's a lot of fun. But I really don't like the fucking music that you guys put on. And I'm sitting here listening to this story like, he doesn't like the music we put on. So just to give you an idea, it's a restaurant, all right? If I could, blast my metal, ska, punk, hardcore, pop punk, all over that shit, you believe me, I fucking would. I was in a position about 4 years ago to buy a bar, and I was like, that is literally all I'm playing. And but it's a restaurant, it's a brunch place. Yeah, you want to hear fucking Cradle of Filth in the background while you're chomping on your fucking Florentines. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen, dude. At the same time, I don't want that automated bullshit. Fucking bitches in the hub, fuck you, bitch. And I don't want any, there's a nice middle ground. I think we've got a few playlists that, got a nice middle ground. You've got a nice bit of pop on there, some decent rap on there. I'd say, not overly offensive, not overly zealous, just well written background music. And the kid really fucking doesn't like what we're playing. There's a lot of like soft rock, a lot of oldies on there, a lot of stuff that your dad listens to, the Fleetwoods, the Zeppelins, the Floyds, the Americas, you know what I mean. But this kid, seemed to have, a real vendetta against what I was putting on my playlists. And I asked the assistant manager, I said, well, what, other than the fact he really should be concentrating on service and not on what fucking music to walk up and down to. Like, what does he want on? And I think the first one he said was Beyonce. So that's his idea of the best music ever. And I'm not giving Beyonce, any credit here, because she's a sensational singer / sweatshop owner. I don't think he realizes that. Of course, that's not her, main thing. She owns the brands, that she has a bunch of sweatshops in China, I think, in Asia anyway, which isn't great. But, that shouldn't be the highlight of her career. She's a part of one of the greatest girl bands of all time, arguably. So, I love that was the bar, is our head chef Blas, Natalie Imbruglia, Celine Dion, whatever, all that, Britney Spears, all the time. And I think that's where the dude wants to be. And I'm like, man, you want to go in the kitchen and, fucking listen to that shit? If that's all good with me. But I am not changing the music, especially when you think the bar is Beyonce for good music. I'm sorry. Like, that is ridiculous. I'm sure it is for some people, but not for us. I'm sorry. Oh, the single ladies, here's your eggs and bacon. Oh, the single here's your cup of tea. It ain't fucking happening, dude. Sorry. I'm not sure if he listens to this, or he probably doesn't, but hey ho. Man, what's going on with the band? Man, we've been starting writing now. Shit, yeah. Songs are starting to take place. Getting ready for when we record in a real studio. In a real studio come February, 2022. I can't wait. And the songs are starting to unfold now. Is it different to what we usually... for you guys who are fans of the band and, you listen to the podcast, so I'd imagine you're kind of fans of the band. Of our music, of our background, and that we like to break the genres up. Whilst we are indie, pop punk, Americana, whatever you want to label as, we like to sort of balance the genres out a bit. We don't like to write the same song twice. We like to vary it up quite tremendously, and it's no different on this one, because we've been trying to go in a direction so we can get a little bit more marketing and a little bit more exposure in certain fields in the certain genres. But it's just kind of coming naturally, when I'm still writing these riffs and I bring them into the band are like, yeah, let's fucking do that. That's awesome. And I'm like, all right, well, this sounds like something I don't know, like. The Clash would play or some shit. We'd never done anything like that. So but it sounds really good. And like, all right, here we go. We got a song. Sort of getting influences from elsewhere. I'm starting to, dabble in, because this has been the same influences writing, the last couple of years with Fonzy and Company, but I'm starting to break it up a little bit, especially lyrically, kind of breaking the boundaries a little bit and trying to find other things to go along with. But I mean, I won't give it too much away. I mean, you guys will see when it happens, and literally can't wait to show you what's going on. We're off to London next Sunday. Oh God. Yeah, so that was for the session for Hotbox and Warchild UK. You won't be seeing that for a little while. They've got to edit it and all that shit, and that will be going up around November. Just keep an eye on the Instagrams and all that. I haven't posted on the Instagrams and Facebook for a while. Again, shit is getting real at the restaurant, so I'm really trying to keep on top of it. I'm surprised I even had enough time today to do the podcast, to be honest. So don't worry, we're not dead. We are working behind the scenes. Actually working on a couple of shows, extra. I'm not sure if that's going to happen this year, but we are starting to in talks, very much so. I'm talking. We're going up, possibly Scotland, Wigan. We're looking at Leeds. Going back down south, going to Salisbury, Southampton, fucking Birmingham. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that is being booked behind the scenes. So whilst we're not overly active on the social media side of things, believe me, we're not just sitting there with our dicks in our hands. We're doing shit. Believe it or not. Again, if you guys want to tune in for to make a donation to War Child UK, when we put the page up, we will be putting it up from the 26th of October. That's the one. I couldn't remember. But yeah, that will be going up, and you can make some great donations and get some super awesome prizes, including my guitar. Yeah, y'all want to fucking buy my guitar, you better make sure you use it, because I'm not giving it to any old cunt. You know what I mean? Like, you are going to use it, even if it's for decoration. Like... you're not gonna shove it in a cupboard or whatever, or whatever. Oh man, I'm trying to think what else has been going on in the news this week, music wise. We saw the announcement, actually. Holy shit, for Slam Dunk Festival. Sure, maybe you Americans, I know a fair amount of you are starting to listen to this podcast, so let me explain what Slam Dunk is. Slam Dunk is basically a pop-punk, ska, metal festival that's been in the UK now for quite a while now. I think they just did their 10th anniversary last year, so it's a fairly new-ish festival, but I mean, yeah, 10th year now. For a kid, me growing up with all that alternative music, all that punk, ska, hardcore, metal, whatever, being that kid, you know what I mean? Like, this festival has always been like a highlight of the year for me. There's always a fucking stellar lineup, like really good, like better than a lot. I mean, obviously it depends what genre you're into, but for me, yeah, this is always like made such an effort. They really do think about it, and they do get some absolutely killer acts. So just to give you an example, they've announced the first lot. I think so. Rancid, and anyone who listens to this podcast knows of my fucking boner for Rancid. My Rancid boner. Look at his Rancid boner. Yeah, man, Rancid. Fuck, that's gonna be good, man. Again, I have not seen... no, that's a total lie. No, I have seen Rancid live. Hence, I got into them when I was 13 at Reading Festival. And, man. Yeah, I'm all over it. I haven't been to Slam Dunk for a while, but, if I can go back and see Rancid again, especially been much more into them now than I was when I was a kid, then I'm all for it. And Alexis on Fire. You go, fucking Dallas Green, George, fucking on it again. Man, again, I've seen Alexis on Fire before, never that into him until my ex at the time took me to Portsmouth Pyramids to see him ages ago, and they were being supported by the Computers. Fucking hell, it was so good, man. Such a good balance, such a power behind them, man. These guys know how to fucking do their thing, man. Their back catalogue should be very much celebrated. I think it was Rancid headlining, but my wife messaged me just literally before I started this podcast saying that they've swapped the headliners around. So I think now it's Alexis on Fire headlining. I'm for either or. They're both powerhouses in their field. So you know what, fucking all the power to you. And for all you emo children out there, the used are out. Fucking hell. In your eyes, I lost my place to say the word. Oh, man. Skinny jeans, fucking get your makeup out, all you guys and gals. Oh, man. You know what? As a 30-year-old man, I don't give a fuck. I had a roommate who used to call me an emo prick all the time. It's like, I'm not into emo. I've never have been. My Chemical Romance was fine, and but I've never been one to put them on my playlist or whatever. I appreciate it or whatever. But I imagine this is the band that he's thinking of when he thinks of emo music. The Used, man. It would be good. I'd be really interested to see if he could hit those notes, man. That guy had I can't remember the singer's name to save my fucking life, but Yeah, I imagine that'll be interesting. I wonder if they're going to put a couple of keys down, sort of thing. They're going to transpose it a couple of steps down, just so that singer can reach those notes. Because I'd be really surprised if he can. But if he's been working on his voice, getting warmed up, all the kudos to him. And then, unfortunately, I'm not really overly familiar with a lot of these bands. I know of them, but don't really know their back catalogue right now. But you got the Wonder Years, Motion City Soundtrack, Hot Milk, who are quite new to the scene, but they're making waves. I think they just did download the older 10,000 capacity download. Yeah, they're interesting. Female fronted. Not really much to say about them. I just sort of caught them in the car. It was on the radio. It'd be interesting to see. Admittedly, I can't remember. I think that's about as much as they've announced at the moment. I think there was like one more band, but I can't remember off the top of my head who they were. But guys, I think it's Hatfield Park for the south one, and then somewhere in Leeds for the north one. Yeah, get on it. I will see you guys there. I'm going to book the tickets anyway. I have a feeling that we're planning on touring or something around that timing. June's the ultimate fucking, festival touring time in it. So I'm going to book tickets anyway. And, if we happen to be doing something, then I'll sell it on, won't I? Yeah, slam dunk, man. Yeah, it brings back good memories. I think they used to do it in Southampton, which is where I first went to Slam Dunk, and that was the fucking ska punk, awesomeness of my prime, sort of thing. Fucking bleeding black and white checkers, got the docks, got the shaved head, man. I don't think I had a shaved head. I think I had a mohawk, though. Might be wrong, though. I think it was Goldfinger, Less Than Jake, Anti-Flag, and Real Big Fish. Did I say that already? I think it was Real Big Fish. And best time fucking ever. I think we had to get some older kids to buy us some. No, that's not true. Actually, no. I think I was 18 at the time. I think I had turned 18 by this point. I might be wrong. Fuck it, I can't remember. But it was a great night. And from that point onwards, I've always kept an eye on the slam dunk lineup. And to be honest, it will only get better when you think. Usually the first announcements, usually like the best bands that they've got. However, you know what? It's going to be good. Yeah, I'm super psyched. Sorry, someone was just trying to call me there from work, and I've just flat out hung up on them, I think. My bad. I'm doing a podcast. I don't want to go back and edit this shit. I just want to edit the tones. You know what I mean? Oh, man. But, what else has been going on? I didn't really see much of this, but I know Jorgen... that was a bit racist. Just because they're Swedish doesn't mean their name's Jorgen. ABBA, one of the members from ABBA. Actually, I think ABBA's made up of their names, the initials of their first names, so there can't be a Jorgen there, unless it's a silent A or B. Maybe it's Bjorgen. I don't know. I didn't really see much of the article. I just saw the context of the whole thing, and. This dude's, I think he's put in a stupid amount of money. It's 500 mil or something like that, campaign to get basically their music heard. I'm sorry, guys. I've got to take this. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to edit it out. Okay, I'm back. And oh, man. I had to talk my head chef through how to close the door. I'm not even lying. Oh no, bless her. I think her keys were a bit buggered or something like that. But we got there. We're there. Oh man, I can't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I think it was ABBA. One of the members is I think pledged like 500 million and to campaign. Something to basically get all the bands and artists the royalties they deserve, sort of thing. So we're talking like your Spotify's, your Apples, and all that. Actually paying out a decent buck for these on these streaming platforms. I'm not sure if he's starting his own streaming platform or he's just campaigning with other artists. I know Goldfrapp's behind it, I'm fairly sure, to try and just get the musicians their just desserts for their streaming and getting their financial backing when they upload this and people stream their tracks. It's an interesting one. Someone has brought up to me like what I where I stand on streaming, and obviously it kind of sucks. It really does. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. I mean, you get fuck all, absolutely diddly shit. Same with YouTube. Same with I think basically any Deezer, fucking all of them. You don't get a lot for what you put on there. Yeah, and it is kind of crooked considering how much profit goes into the big boss pocket sort of thing. Saying that, I have always kind of seen Spotify, Apple, and all that, all the platforms that you put your music on as a tool to get out there. I'm talking about purely like younger bands in their earliest in their career sort of thing. So like, I don't think a band with 100 odds followers is not going to see a lot from royalties. Like, let's be totally clear here. 0.02 pence or whatever. Regardless. It's not going to be a lot. I kind of understand with the big artists, because if they're getting played like 530 odds million times, then yeah, they're losing a lot of money. Yeah, that's totally true. But even bands who are somewhere in between, they're big enough at this point to be able to make money through other methods. They can tour, they can merchandise, and they will get paid a decent buck for that. I've always just seen the streaming platforms as just very easy, accessible, social media platforms. Basically, they're just a way for you to get your music out there. And to be honest, anything out of that is a bonus, really. But I do see it. It is a bit of a fucking rip. I mean, there were so many artists that wouldn't go on Spotify for ages, wasn't there? It was like Prince. I think AC/DC refused to have their stuff on there. Maybe even Queen. I might be wrong on that one. But I've never seen it as a tool to make money. I mean, you can do that shit on Bandcamp. So Bandcamp, one of those platforms where people can donate money to you if they want to download the music. But I mean, most people. I mean, there's obviously a few people still downloading music out there, but I mean, most of it is through streaming. I mean, you got fucking Patreon and stuff like that. I think I've made it very clear where I stand on Patreon. But yeah, people can donate what they like, but I mean, that's kind of up to the masses to get you your money, sort of thing. If they want to support you. I mean, there's so many of those posts that go out on social media, like, oh, it costs nothing to leave a like or share something, and this is supporting artists. I agree with that. I really 110% agree with that. It doesn't necessarily have to come down to money. I think, again, all of us are in full-time jobs and we use it a bit fucking stupidly. We do kind of piss the money up the wall a little bit sometimes, but it's fun. We're enjoying doing it. I don't think everyone should have to pay for you to, fund your hobby, sort of thing. If the music's good, people will support it. If the music's shit, people won't support it. You can't go demanding, someone who's on a fucking 1,000,001 caliber than you, like someone who's just on a different fucking level. You can't ask for the same amount of money, because if people aren't listening to you because they don't like you, it ain't gonna fucking happen. And I don't know. But as a musician, I really understand the irony that I'm arguing against myself getting paid. Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense. I kind of gather that, but yeah, at the same time, it is what it is, and you really, these guys have created platforms for us to have music literally at the palm of our hands. It has taken the magic out of it. I will give it that. I mean, obviously, I'm sure you guys, anyone over fucking 25 possibly, will remember having to go into fucking Woolworths and get the next single or whatever. A lot of plastic, but it was a special time. It was a special time where you had the CD or whatever, and you could just you had to go in and buy it, and that made it more exciting. You listen to every single fucking song on that album because you bought it. You're gonna get your money's worth. You're gonna analyze the track. You're gonna get your little fucking lyric book out. And yeah, streaming has really killed the industry in that sense, because nobody can really make money from it anymore. Saying that, if you're persistent enough, there are ways to make money. There definitely is. It's just not necessarily through streaming. So my advice is just take streaming as a way to get yourself out there. Do not think of it as your cash cow, because Eventually it will, because you'll get yourself out there and, people will respect you. But, it's just one of those things. I really don't think, I mean, the CEOs of these fucking companies, I mean, of course they're going to give themselves a pretty pocket. They've invented, they've changed music for the ages. This is what these companies have done. They're going to fucking put a handsome little reward in their pockets. I mean, and they've done that for all of us. And if you use Spotify and you have the audacity to complain, then I'm sorry, you're a fucking hypocrite. You really are. It's like you can't just keep spending $9.99 a month, giving it to these CEOs and saying, oh yeah, but my band's only getting 0.02 pence. You use the platform, don't you? It's their platform. They can take out as much as they want. Yes, they probably could donate more to artists, but I mean, that's up to you whether you want to support that and take that as an evil or take it as a platform where you can get your music out there and grow essentially for free. I mean, obviously there are middle people, like CD Baby and all that lot that, the middle guys that you got to go through in order to get on Spotify. Those are the guys that are charging you a shit ton of money to go on there. I mean, we use DistroKid because it's 40 quid a year to upload basically as much music as we want, whenever we want for specific dates. And it is one of the better platforms for the younger bands out there. Obviously, there are, much more benefits to, uploading for other middle megs. They can get you on certain playlists and things like that. But, I mean, there are a lot of these middle ground companies that are taking your money. I mean, you're not making a lot once it gets on there, sure, but fucking hell, I've seen some people charge like 100 and something, 200 something for an EP, to upload an EP through them, as long as you get it, and it's not approved. Like the moment you do this, they're not going to get you on an automatic playlist. Oh no, that's not how it works. They have to. They will upload it. However, you are not guaranteed anything. If they think it's shit and they don't think they can do anything with it, they'll still take your fucking money. They'll take your fucking money, put it on the put it up on the platforms, etc., and it will be the same as if you do us, pay 40 quid a year, except we're not paying 150, 200 quid for a fucking EP. It is bullshit. It's a lot of money when you're spending money on rehearsals, traveling, and all that lot. It's a lot. But then that's a whole other fucking different issue when you're spending money on rehearsal studios and traveling, the promoters not giving you... I think I have brought all this up before about how musicians are dicked out of money all the time. But we've just kind of learned to adapt with that. We're kind of using our jobs to fund a hobby that we enjoy. The moment we're not enjoying it and the moment we're thinking we're not making progress, we won't do it anymore. It's as simple as that. For me, anyway. I know a lot of you will think differently, but that's just me. But best of luck to the guy. I mean, if we can get 0.05 or 6 pence out of it, whoa, fuck yeah. Fucking hell, we can buy so much lemon sherbet. Man, I've been trying to think what I can really do with this podcast now. I mean, it's been going well. We're coming up to the 10th episode soon. I might take a little break after that, and then just promote this as much as I can, just so more of you get to listen. And I'm hoping, fair play to all you hardcore lot that have been around, that are listening to this as and when I release these episodes. But I mean, there's going to be some of you in the future who have just discovered us and are listening to this podcast. And honestly, welcome to the fucking family. We're in the same boat as you. We're not fucking famous, musicians. Maybe some of you are, hell. But, we're here to look out for each other. And, we're just here to give you a little bit of fucking entertainment. It's a really roughly, badly mixed podcast with a fucking guy who sounds like grammatically incoherent most of the time. You know what I mean? But, it's a form of entertainment. It's a good guy. It's a good way to get in touch, with you guys and keep things going sort of thing. But I'm trying to think of what to do for the 10th episode. And this did come to mind. As much as I would love to get some of the guys on here, obviously some of you would have listened to the podcast with Sam Lane. Really interesting, dynamic, fucking hell of a nice guy. But we've got, still Sam, Bennett, drummer, Liv, the singer, and Lauren Patterson to come on the podcast at some point. obviously that will happen. The moment we struggle to get together for band practices. Never mind getting together just to speak into a microphone for 45 minutes. Hell no. But now I'm thinking for the 10th episode. Now roll with me on this one. Sure, a lot. I like a drink. I kind of want to have a drunk edition. I want to have a drunk edition podcast. So and I'm going. I want to do it live. I want to have about half a bottle of whiskey, maybe a little more. Switch on the old Instagram live and take your questions. I want you guys to bitch about whoever the fuck you want. Tell me your favorite bands. Tell me your stories. Back where and where. If you guys are in bands, or what you hate, what you love, who you love, what's hot right now. What do you want to talk about? While I drunkenly try and understand what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not saying like I'd be so drunk I couldn't press the record key, but yeah, I don't know. I think it might be fun. Who knows? I'll probably get myself in a lot of trouble. Who knows? I mean, I'm a little. No, I'm not vocal when I'm drunk. I'm just a little bit more like. And how do you feel? I become everyone's fucking psychologist. You know what I mean? It's like, and how do you feel about that? And what do you think she meant by that? You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll sing Cougar Town where he drops like truth bombs when he's drunk. He just goes, "Oh, so when are you guys thinking of having kids? How much money do you make?" You know what I mean? Like, just really unnecessary things to ask, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. You're just a lot more open, and you're not trying to be a dick. You're just, trying to get to know the person more. You feel a lot more confident. That's kind of what I want to do. Talk about music and just stick around on there. You know what I mean? I think it'd be fun anyway, but let me know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys want out of this podcast. Obviously, I want more of you to listen to it, but it's a hard thing to ask. I totally get it. I'm actually thinking of possibly putting this on Spotify. Who knows? But yeah, I think I had another band story. Band story time! All right. It's, band story time. I was trying to think of another one that's appropriate. I say appropriate, I swear like a motherfucker all the time on this podcast. So, I mean, nothing's really off the table when doing this. But I did think back to an old band. I think this was the first time I'd ever experienced anything like, it wasn't anything big at all. I think it was just the first time I'd played in a band and I was like, it can be good. Because I think like the first few gigs I'd played with, like the first band that I'd ever put together, were just shockingly bad. And honestly, if anyone had any footage from any of those gigs, I call them gigs, I would have to switch it off and be like, oh God, oh, that's so bad. You ever heard of a band doing like fucking Hey There Delilah followed by Limp Bizkit playing Take a Look Around? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. You can't put those songs in the same fucking... I mean, we're not even a covers band. We're just a band that played original songs and like chucked fucking Time of Your Life and then Take a Look Around. Not Hey There Delilah. I was thinking that for some reason. But yeah, not cool. Couldn't play our instruments. Couldn't play for shit. But I mean, we were just up and coming. But I think I got that real... sense of fuck, this could be it, this could be big. And to be fair, that band did go on to do some fucking incredible things. But there was a Battle of the Bands. By the way, I actively despise Battle of the Bands. I think they are fucking weird, especially the ones that charge you an entry fee. I find that really fucking stupid and, just fucking stupid. It's not productive. It's not clever. The three judges, are thick as pig shit. They were most of the time anyway. Yeah, one of them wants to be the Cal, one of them wants to be the Abdul, one of them wants to be the Jackson. You're like, fucking here we go. And they'll give it to like the kids or whatever, or they'll give it to a band. I've seen so many Battle of the Bands just gone completely south. Not because I'm biased, and as most of the time I said, like, that band should have fucking won. Not because he's my mate. I know how it looks, but because they genuinely were the better band. But anyway, played this back at the bands when I was younger, and I think it was 12 bands same night. So this is a long ass fucking show. I think every band had only 3 songs though, so it wasn't like a crazy long night. Like, not everyone had a half-hour set or whatever. And this was the time we were starting to experiment with drugs and alcohol. Your kids, of course you're gonna. And I think we'd had a fair bit to drink. We were sneaking in little bottles or whatever, a couple of cans. We watched the first few bands, nothing special. Just, kids in the same position that we were. These are like 16 to 18-year-old kids, jamming it out, just like playing really shitty, like, Californication covers. Actually, I genuinely think 4 bands, I mean like 3 or 4 bands played Californication by Chili Peppers. So I think that was like, big fucking song when that came out at the time. So that's how fucking young we were. But we waited and drank and drank and drank and drank and drank. I think our bass player was fucking really wrecked at this point. Our mates had also started to come in, and they started to really fuck the place up. I mean, this was a crowd full of like, mums supporting their sons sort of thing, and, families coming in. And then we came in with about like 12, 13 of our mates, and, everyone had been drinking and just started really getting rowdy. And none of these bands were hardcore pop punk bands sort of thing. So I couldn't wait for that. And then all of a sudden, we come on, and everything shit gets fucked up, yo. And my wife's just come in. Hello, wife.
Hello, husband.
How are you? You won't be here. You won't be able to hear her. I'll tell you what she says. Are you okay?
Sweaty.
She's sweaty, everybody. Would you mind if I was to finish the podcast, my darling? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. How was work?
Very nice.
Work was very nice, ladies and gentlemen. This usually doesn't happen. Usually I'm able to get this podcast done and before she comes back. But that was a fucking phone call earlier that ruined it for me. But anyway, I get on. Basically we went on stage, and there were rules to this. So you couldn't swear, you couldn't jump off the stage, and strictly no moshing. Again, there were no metal bands on this lineup, so I think they did that on purpose. I'm not sure, but there was us being, a hardcore pop punk band. That was just starting to, be all big, and everyone was, fucking crab dancing and crowd killing and all that shit. That had just started to really take off again. I know it's been a thing since the 80s, but it was really starting to kick off again. And we got on stage and basically broke all 3 of those rules within the first 30 fucking seconds. And the bass player jumped into the crowd and started fucking moshing with his bass, and I was getting up, fucking throwing shit about, jumping around, fucking throwing everything everywhere. And we got 3 songs in, and it was just absolute mayhem. I'm not sure whether we played good. We probably didn't. We probably fucking sucked. But we played the 3 songs, and it came to judging time. And basically, so there we go. In third place, and we're like, all right, and everyone was going in second place, and then we got all of our boys. We didn't ask him to do this. So we go like Casanova. Yeah, I think we were called Hey Casanova. Just anyone who wants to look that up. I think there's a MySpace page left, but that's about it. And they they said second place, Hey Casanova. And fuck me, there were people, these guys, I don't condone this behavior. I really don't. But they started to fucking throw shit everywhere. They were, boo, fuck you, fucking cussing. And they were just chanting and just throwing cans everywhere. And just the judges could not, they had a fucking microphone, and they were saying like, if the crowd doesn't stop chanting Hey Casanova, they will be banned from the competition. And we're just sitting there like, wow, we come second place, we're not winning anything. Casanova. And we were fucking disqualified. It's such a dick move. I would never do that nowadays, man. At the time when you're young and full of piss and vinegar, Holy shit. Yeah, so I thought that was quite funny. But kids, you'll fucking have some respect. If three shitty judges want to, you know, disown you, disregard them. If they want to shit all over your parade, unless you are actually shit, which I mean, admittedly is a possibility, but no, Battle of the Bands are a fucking waste of time. I've never understood them. You're playing in front of people that literally want the other band to win. It's made absolutely no sense to me. But you know what? Yeah, you guys do you. I just thought that was quite funny. It's a very short story, but so I think I've told you guys about the time the police stopped our gig and the time in Isle of Wight Festival where our guitarist got so drunk he shat and puked himself all over the hotel room. And now I think I've got the Battle of the Bands that we were disqualified from. Nice. Nice little diverse range. If you haven't heard any of these stories, please go back and have a little listen. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys about them. It's been good. I've got to get back to my wife. Bless her. She's gone into the bedroom because she's so polite. I love you. Yeah, she can't hear me. Yeah, she's just letting me get on with it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to tune out, guys. But thank you so much again. Let me know if you like the idea of that Drunk Edition 10 live 10th episode Drunk Edition live in front of Facebook, Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It's probably going to be on Instagram. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned for more gig announcements. We are in Camden, 16th of October. Only a couple of weeks to go now. Every fucking episode I've been talking about this. I can't actually wait to see you guys again. We'll be in London next week, but that's no concern of yours. Just keep an eye out for the Hotbox War Child charity page that we will be uploading on the 26th of October. But from myself, keep listening to the music. And also have to say again, I'm really sorry about that last episode. I was not in the best way. And it's not like me to be not all up and chirpy when I do these things. So my sincerest apologies, but the issues are serious there. And again, we want to say, if you have been affected by anything that I brought up in the last episode, we are here to chat as well. But anyway, I'm going to leave you guys. Bye, 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 bye.